In this episode, I am joined by Jason Wong. He and his wife traveled the country, and I mean the whole country, and visited all 63 of the national parks. While there, he took pictures, stunning pictures. Then he knew there was a game in there somewhere. They worked on a spreadsheet that I really want to see, giving out 16 different tags to these parks, based on things like size, age, how often they're visited, and the type of geography of the park. In the end, Jason put out a rummy-style game called PocketParks. It is a great game that celebrates the national parks and looks great while doing it. We get more into detail on all this and talk the usual stuff. Thanks for listening. All right, welcome back to Lunch and Board Game. I'm your host, Adam Collins, and with me today is Jason Wong. He is a game designer, photographer, and traveler of the entire United States. Jason, how you doing?
Very good. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, man. So we met at, I want to say Prototype, Chicago?
Oh, yeah. I guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. I was drawn to your game that you had. So let's take a step back. So COVID hits, and you and your wife or girlfriend at the time?
Wife. Yeah, me and my wife.
You and your wife. You talked her into doing what now?
So we were, at the time, we were living in a tiny studio apartment in New York City. And COVID in New York City and studio apartments did not get along well. So, we got kicked out of the office, and it was kind of a blessing in disguise. It forced us out of the office, and we said, oh, well, let's get out of the city. And so we decided to try to hit all 63 U.S. national parks. So we were living in Airbnbs for the first year or so, and then we converted a van, and we did the whole van life thing. And we're basically living in campgrounds within national parks for almost 2 years, and just working, but also living life and just playing in the backyard of America's national parks.
Amazing. I mean, I can't remember how many I've been to. It's like 6 or 8 maybe. I'm well short of the 63 complete collection. And so then you decided, being a photographer, you took some amazing photos that you then... What you came up with the game. How did the idea for the game come together?
So after we visited about 23 national parks, we had done all the East Coast. We had went up to Alaska, did all 9 of them in Alaska. We're coming down.
So wait. You went down from the East Coast and you jumped to Alaska?
Well, I went down the East Coast, went across and hit a few of them in Texas, New Mexico. We had 1 or 2 in California, but we skipped over most of them, and then we kind of made a beeline up for Alaska. And then we came back down. We drove back down, and we're in Washington State, visiting Olympic National Park and Mount Rainier National Parks. And it was at this point I was, in my bed, just thinking about the parks we've been to so far, and started comparing, contrasting them a little bit. These mountains were bigger than those ones, or they're sort of that. Oh, those ones has volcanoes, but they look different than those volcanoes. And it just kind of organically started clustering and making different categories of parks and clusters of parks based off of some of the similarities and differences. And then I was like, oh, I think there's a game here. And I couldn't sleep at night. I woke up in the middle of the night, got some random index cards, and started scribbling little stuff on it. But the whole idea was to create a game that uses those categories, different categories of park theme type things, mountains, forests, glaciers, things like that, to make a kind of an interactive game that is really dictated by the characteristics of the parks.
And that game became what is now known as PocketParks, which was
Mm-hmm.
also a successful Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. And now, like I said back at the beginning, I met you at a proto spiel where you were playtesting the different. I mean, I think part of it was the scoring mechanisms, and some of it was the way to what you could meld, because it's kind of a
Mm-hmm.
rummy based game. But what I like about the rumminess of it is everybody who has a grandma has a different set of rules for rummy. So everybody has the same basic idea for rummy, but it's how you play it is different. So that's why I was really drawn to your game, because I played a lot of rummy with my grandma and my aunts. And what I like about it is that you went through every one of them, and like you said, I think I was trying to pull. I have my game here off screen, but there it is. But you had so many different categories, like you were saying, like you had forests and volcanic and mountains, and then each card could be more than one.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having just one suit, it could be mountainous and forest.
Yeah,
And then that,
I think there's up to, I think Yellowstone might have the most. It has like 6 suits on it.
yeah, so yeah, suits, if you will. Now, that brings me to my next question. How much research did you have to do to be able to categorize them correctly? Because some of these are not as easily to find. Like the oldest, the newest, I'm sure that played a little bit of havoc with you. But like the most visited, the least visited.
It was actually much easier than you think. The
Well, that's not a
government
good
tracks
story.
the government tracks a lot of this information. So I was just mining government websites for some of this information, like the acreage, the visitation numbers, the the dates they were established. Um, and then it was a lot of Excel and futzing around with Excel and sorting some stuff there. And then the categories of the themes for the parks, they were they're actually somewhat they're a little subjective. I What I asked myself was, given these 9 different terrain theme icons, and if I was to think about my experience going to Olympic National Park, what are the biggest features that stand out to me in my experience going to that national park? And for that one, it's they have really big alpine mountains. They have old growth forests, um, and I believe it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So some of those things are straightforward. And also they have a lot of glaciers too on some of their alpine mountains. So
And
those are
and you were close. You missed one. You
and
missed
it's one of the
one.
most visited
One of the
parks.
most. And mine is signed. That was the giveaway you were doing. No, but then not only that, you know, honestly, there's so much amazing information on this card. You have when it was established and the acreage, as you said, but that's listed on the card. Along with you have an outline of the United States and where it is geographically.
Mhm.
Then a little blurb about the park, and then my favorite part is the GPS coordinates.
Yes,
What are the
yes.
GPS coordinates?
So those GPS coordinates take you to the exact location where I took each and every picture for all the cards that are in the game. Um, so if you want to take that same picture that's in the card, you just punch those numbers into Google Maps and it'll take you to that same exact location, and you could take the same picture too and see what I saw.
Yeah. You'd actually had that as one of your reels or something like that on Facebook one time when were here for the Gateway Arch, when you retook your picture of the arch, because you were at Geekway one year soliciting for a mailing list,
Hmm.
and then you were here this year selling the game. But I laughed because you went down to take a new picture of the arch because you weren't happy or you wanted a different one or something.
Yeah, yeah, because the original picture I had, I went in the winter, so all the trees just looked dead.
Uh,
Um, and like the arch is still there, but it would have been nice if there was some greenery there too. So
yeah, well,
when I went to Geekway
yeah.
last year, it was spring. And so I was like, well, we're right here. We've got to stop by the arch again. So I
Yeah,
took a better picture. Um,
that's hilarious. No, it's the pictures on these are just absolutely amazing. Um, oh yeah, they're all numbered at the top, 1 to 63. Came up with some
mhm,
event cards and stuff like that to kind of throw other stuff into the mix to keep it fresh and moving.
mhm, mhm.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, if you play Rummy, it's a very easy pickup from Rummy with a few additional rules that you can play. But man, check it out. PocketParks.com, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Pick up a copy. I got mine signed. And then you got mad that I had you sign the promo card, so you gave me another promo card to replace it right out of your
Just
pocket.
in
So,
case.
it
Just in
just in
case you wanted
case.
an extra one.
So now I have three for Olympic National Park. One signed, one alternate, and then one that's somewhere in the deck. I don't know. But yeah, so how did you get into gaming? Were you a gamer ahead, or did this idea kind of strike you and you got into gaming because of it?
I'd say I was a very casual gamer. I mean, I grew up love playing the classics, Monopoly, Clue, Payday, Life. In grad school, I started to find newer games, quote unquote, like Catan and like Power Grid, photosynthesis even. So
Ooh.
some then I was like, holy crap, these are awesome. There's a lot of cool games out there. And little did I know, there's like literally thousands, if not tens of thousands, of games nowadays that offer all sorts of goodies. Um, so I'd say well, I mean, now after going to so many board game conferences and trying new games, I'd say maybe I'm a moderate gamer. My board game collection is pretty mild or tempered, actually. I only have like 40-ish games.
That's
Um,
still good.
but it's fun. There's a lot of creative things people are doing with game design. There's a lot of really immersive themes, which I really like.
Yeah. I mean, that first Geekway, your wife was with you, and man, we stayed and played some games that night. My goodness. It was like you, me, Edward, my son, your
Hmm.
wife. I mean, we played some good ones. The one I remember most, the two I remember most was Push Push Penguin.
Yes, push push
What a
penguin.
Oh my gosh, what a great game where the tagline is the race for second place. That game was hysterical. And then we played the A Message from the Stars where we had to like try to communicate with an alien.
Hmm. Hmm.
Those are the two I remember most playing with you guys. I'm sure we played others, but the Push Push Penguin, oh my gosh. My friends bought it and now we played every now and then at his house because it's just
It's such a silly
hysterical.
game, and the art's so funny too. It's such derpy penguins on that thing.
Oh yeah, and it all fits the theme just perfectly. But then A Message from the Stars was another. That was a good one where we're trying to come up with words and to create a language with. We're basically playing the movie Arrival, I think, but that was fun. I mean, we had a good time. We stayed
Yep,
there later
absolutely.
than we probably should have. So, Jason, if you're playing a game, what color do you like to be?
Red. Red's my go-to color because the original Red Power Ranger's name was also Jason.
What's Jason?
So makes me feel like a Power Ranger whenever I
Uh,
suit up with red.
there you go. It's the best answer ever because of the Power Ranger had the same name.
Hmm.
What about it? So, if you're good at board game at lunch, what would be your go-to 30-minute, half-hour, quick hitting game?
One of my favorite short games now is called Buildsy. Have you played that one?
I have not. Buildsy.
It's you're using like kind of like Tetris pieces to like build a tower up that matches the pattern of a card.
Okay.
I think it's the same makers of Tenzi and some. Uh, anyway, it's really tactile, and I'm really like I love the Tetris pieces, and it's very visual because they pop with different colors. And it has such good table presence too because it's like this tower of colorful
Sure,
Tetris
you're
pieces
building
that you're
up.
building up,
Anything that
and
goes high.
you're just racing other people to build that same thing so that it gets the blood pumping a little bit. And, rounds last all of 30 seconds, and you
Oh,
can play for longer with more points if you want. But it's kind of easy to start, easy to stop, and anyone can really play it.
no, that sounds great. I'll have to look into that one. I've not even heard of it. What about a 60-minute game? If you're going to play for lunch hour, full hour, what are you playing?
One of my favorite 60-minute ish games is Small World, and like any or all of the expansions. I
The
just
more the
love how
better.
I just love how like every single game is different because it mixes and matches with the different combinations of races and special powers. Um, and yeah, I just kind of love how it's different every time. I've played it probably I don't know at least 30 or 40 times, and every single time I play it's something different.
Nice. I mean, any game you can play 30 or 40 times is worth the money.
Hmm.
How about a hidden gem game? A game you don't think enough people know about other than Pocket Parks. But now that a lot of people are going to now a lot of people are going to know about Pocket Parks.
Hidden gem game. Well, maybe I just played one at Geekway actually. March of the Ants.
Man, did you play it with Mo?
I played it with Mo. Yeah, yeah.
Because he mentioned it too. I did not get a chance to play that game. It looked so fun.
It was really fun. I don't know if there's expansions for that. If there is, I really wish there was expansions for it so you could build the tunnel out even more. But like you're different tribe of ant, and you're competing for territory in the tunnels, to be the biggest baddest ant colony. And like you start off in the middle, and it's just you're all in the center, but then you can explore and dig tunnels in different ways. So like the board's different every time you play. You can like kind of power up or evolve your ant colony a little bit. That gives you different powers. And it's an interesting kind of uh, worker placement, a little bit of a I don't know, not spatial awareness, but a little bit of area control. And it's just super well like ant themed too. And
Oh
one of
yeah.
the best parts is they have little ant meeples. So you get
This
like
one
60 of these little tiny ant meeples, and it's just I love it. Just having this stack of little ant meeples, your little ant warriors. Um,
that's what drew me in when I was walking by and I saw all these people with this game with all these like yeah, little ant meeple. They were so cool looking and I was like, what is this game? And then it was like really popular at Geekway because I never saw it on the shelf. So I was never able to check it out. So I'll put it
yeah,
on
we
my
got lucky.
list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's a
it's
good
a
one.
it's a
I'll have
pretty
to
good
look for
one.
that one. I want to
It's like
definitely look
I
for
mean
that one.
it's not a perfect game. Well, I don't say it's not a perfect game. It's a fun game for sure. I definitely wish there's some things that are a little different with it, and if there's expansions to it that like added more to it or changed some of the stuff, then like I'd totally go for it.
It's a
Um,
relatively new game. Give it some time. It'll probably get
mm,
some expansions. But yeah, I that's funny because that is on my list to try to find and play. I just haven't had time. Been really
yeah.
busy since Geekway. So, but yeah, I thought you were gonna say Dark Heist there for a second. As your game.
I mean, it's
Uh,
also a good game too.
yeah, I love that game. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun when we played it that night. Do you have a Grail game, a game you're trying to find that you haven't been able to locate yet?
Um, it's well, maybe sort of. So Small World makes like a super ultra designer deluxe version where it's like a wooden chest and all the pieces are like wooden and the board's oversized and all the cardboard things are like actual like minis. Um, and so
Wow.
I don't know if I'm not actively hunting for it per se, but if I'm ever in a situation where like the price is right and I don't mind shelling out the money for something like that, and I have the space for it, and I have a good group that would appreciate the super deluxe version of that game, there's a world where I could get behind shelling money out for something like that.
Oh yeah, you gotta. But yeah, if you're gonna put out that kind of money, you're gonna make sure it hits the table enough.
Yeah.
That's funny though. Yeah, I've tried to track down some weird games and then find it, and you're like, oh, I don't have that kind of money. Like Pitch Car is always up there. I'd love to get a copy of Pitch Car, but my goodness, even when they put it back out for, they don't do a big enough print run, so it's super expensive. Then it goes so fast, and then when it hits the secondary market, it's like so expensive. I'm like, man,
I have
not.
a game. I have a game which might be on other people's, you know, uh, Grail game. It's called Indonesia.
I don't
You
know
familiar with
that
that
one.
one?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I won it somewhere, and it's like worth like $200. So
There
I
you
haven't
go.
opened it.
Yeah, don't want to wreck that one. Weird. No, it's weird how some. It could just be the same thing where it's just like not enough copies were ever made of it, so that just
Yeah,
drives
yeah, it was a limited print run.
the
Yeah.
value up. That's funny because like yeah, it's also fun. Then you also feel good when you get a good deal on one you've been trying to find. You're like trying to find this game and like, oh man, not only did I find it, I got it for under an arm and a leg.
Hmm.
So that's funny though. Like Indonesia, I just looked it up. I've never even heard of that game. But you're not kidding. Noble Knights got it for over $150, and
Yeah, yeah.
eBay's got it up there for that. That's crazy. But so if I came out to, where are you now? Washington State.
Yep.
If I made it out to Washington State, what game are you currently playing? What game would be on the table?
Well, right now it's just PocketParks on my table. But if you were coming over and I was setting up a game for us to play,
Yeah.
one of my favorite games to play with people is Blockus.
Oh yeah. Did you play that 3D one with Edward?
I did, I did. It was weird. The 3D one was weird. It wasn't as satisfying as the 2D one.
No,
Um,
I was like, wait a minute. I remember that at Geekway, the 3D one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's still trying to find. I think he's trying to find that one himself to buy. But no, that's crazy. Yeah, Blockus is it's a good game. My strategy for that is just not great. I very rarely win that game. I don't know why.
I
I just
always win
can't
that
figure.
game. I
Well,
can't
that's
lose.
probably why I never
That's why it's
win.
one of my favorites.
Hey man, that's fair. You can do what you got to do. But so now that Pocket Parks is out, any other game ideas coming to your brain, and you just
Um,
enjoying this one for right now?
just enjoying this one for right now, and right now I'm just trying to expand the reach of it as much as I can, because as much as well, I mean, I'm started with, and still going on with the board game community. So we're doing Origins this year, also doing Gen Con, like Gen Con Light ish, um, and doing PAX West. Couldn't get into PAX Unplugged, but anyway, getting more into the board game community, getting it more out there, but also getting into other communities that are just not board gamers. So like looking at like RV and travel markets,
Yeah,
looking at like the outdoorsy gear market, like try to get into like an REI or something. Like that'd be really
yep.
cool. And the homeschool community actually really likes Pocket Parks because there's a lot of educational value to the game as well.
I can see
And a
that.
lot of homeschool families also travel a lot, so that kind of goes hand in hand. Um,
Oh, I forgot to mention that in the bottom left corner of each card has a spot for you to mark it off if you've been there.
yeah. So not
So
only is there the
yeah,
GPS coordinates to tell you where to go, but then you can also track your progress and kind of mark off your own
yeah,
journey going to all the national parks.
yeah. So talk about the 10 real quick. I forgot you the box for it.
Yeah, so it's in like a tin can. It kind of well, I was really adamant about doing the tin can because it like felt like camping rations or something like that, and uh, also it's like it's meant to be a travel game, so I wanted to be able to take a beating. Those cardboard boxes, they're really fragile. So like scratches or dents or pressure or anything.
No, I think it turned out great. I was adamantly against using the tin, to be honest, because they're so expensive, but it turned out
They
really
are,
well.
yeah,
It
they
fits the
cost a little
game
bit
though.
more, but it fits the game, and I was adamant about it.
Yeah, I know. We
um,
had that discussion.
hmm.
But no, it's great. And then you also said something I thought was interesting at Geekway, trying to get into the 63 parks and their gift shops, but they have 63 different buyers or regional buyers. So it's,
Essentially, yep.
oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh,
So we actually went to a big trade show, Public Lands Alliance, earlier this year, and that's for like national parks, national forests, and the nonprofit gift shops that function within those public lands areas. And so from that, we actually got into our first national park. We were in the gift shop for Lassen Volcanic National Park in California. So we're
62
pretty
more to
happy with
go.
that. Yep, 62 more to go. But it's a start.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But yes, I just when you told me that, like, what I figured it'd be like some centralized buyer who bought stuff, and then every shop or every state park different had a different thing, like they had their own, like they had a buyer for their shop. I didn't realize like that then they could buy whatever they wanted from the centralized hub. But man, I cannot imagine trying to find 62 now
So
different emails.
yeah, gotta hustle it. The 50 plus 60ish different people.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And I think it's hard enough trying to get into distribution. I can't with my games. I can't imagine trying to contact 60 different people to try to. But it seems like a no brainer, though, man. I mean, like, get a case of 6 into each one of them, just see what happens, and then
Yeah,
go from there.
yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, some people. Well, I'm still figuring it out, but it seems like some of these buyers are like hesitant or don't want to carry like a trivia game or like a Monopoly game, like a national park Monopoly type game, and so I think they're maybe um, I don't say desensitized to games, but like don't think there's a good game out there for national parks, and I think it's just trying to get that awareness to them and show them the value of it and how it's different. But I don't know, we'll
Yeah,
see.
I agree, because when I was just at Hot Springs a couple years ago, and I remember being in one of the gift shops there, the national park gift shop for it. They had like National Park Yahtzee, and I'm like, what is that? And then you look at it, and it's like, it's just National
It's
Park
yeah, it's
branded, IP, if you will. But man, it was stupid expensive. And I'm like, I'm not paying like $35 for a Yahtzee that has a bear on one side of the die. That was
yeah.
crazy.
I
But
bet
if I saw something
some
like this
people,
in
but
there, I would buy it.
thank you.
Like, I would
Hopefully, there's
totally
more
buy
more people
this.
like you out there that'll see that
Well,
too.
I already did buy it. I already bought it. I bought it. I bought it off. I kickstarted it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's
Thank you.
House
One of the
Springs.
OGs.
One of the OGs. Yeah, and I got the little special token pack or whatever. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
played it with the token pack yet, but yeah, I mean it's a fun game. The art, like I when I'm going to do a review on it as a game review, but I just remember writing my section on the artwork. I'm like, it's almost not fair. I mean, obviously the artwork on this game is amazing because it's just your photography, and I mean, it is. Some of these pictures are just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, and I mean the pictures don't do it justice either.
Oh, I'm sure.
These places, these our national parks are fantastic, amazing places. People come all over the world to visit them, and we generally take them for granted. I mean, I didn't even know there was this many that existed 5 or 6 years ago. So it's just they're amazing, underappreciated places that that you just feel like you're on an alien planet. It's like we don't need to go to Mars. Just go to White Sands National Park or Great Sand Dunes National Park. You'll feel like you're on Mars.
The Indiana Dunes.
Or the dunes.
Now it's funny because like Indiana Dunes, I grew up in Indiana, so I used to go up there occasionally. And I remember when I was a kid being able to actually like climb on the dunes. But now you can't even do that because some kids fell in or something. I can't remember what all it was, but it's like, oh, well, see, another one of those other childhood things that you can't do anymore. But I'm like, and I survived it. Yeah, good old Indiana Dunes right up on the Lake Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So can you say, do you have a favorite one?
I have like 10 favorites. They're all really amazing in different ways. But actually, I think probably one that when I answer this question comes up the most frequent, for lack of a better term, is Great Basin National Park in Nevada. It's like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 hours northwest of Salt Lake City. And it's kind of like middle of nowhere, Nevada. But it's pretty diverse. There's this huge mountain. There's really tall mountains there. There's kind of deserts areas. There's rivers and springs. But one of the unique things about that park is they have the oldest living trees in the world on the top of these mountains. These bristlecone pines, 5,000-year-old trees, scraggly looking things, but like they're each one of them has so much character because they get thrashed with the elements because there's a lot of snowfall that happens there because it's so high up in the mountain. It's really dry, and the altitude, they get the UVs. They're like abused like no other. And they don't mind. They're just thriving up there.
Wow, that's crazy.
And just to be in the presence of something that's alive that's that old, it like kind of melts your own problems away. It's like, what are my problems? My entire life to this tree is just like a speck. I don't even know if this tree can see me, but it makes you feel real small on a timeline span, and it changed my perspective on life for sure. So that was one of the more impactful moments at visiting some of these parks.
I can imagine 5,000 years old. That's insane. I can't even. It's like you think about it. Like I'm 40 something, right? That's nothing. Like that's not even. It's not even 1% of the age of this this tree. So how high up were those trees then? Because they had to be below the. They're probably at the very top of the.
Yeah, they're on the
tree
top
line,
of the
I
mountains. Well, there is no real tree lines because nothing else can grow there. Because in the winter they get thrashed with like ice and snow, so everything else dies. And somehow these bristlecone pines have evolved to survive those harsh elements: the really hot, the really cold, the dry, and the altitude and all the UV rays that they get from up there.
And I'm assuming that's what your picture is on the
yes
on the card. Wow, that's incredible. Looking at it now, going, man, and then I feel bad because it's one of the least visited.
Well, it's kind of in an inconvenient location.
I mean, pretty much everything in Nevada is in an inconvenient location if it's not Vegas.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Oh man, but that's incredible, and I mean, what a fun way to come up with a game to drive around, fly around, because you had to obviously get to Hawaii as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a handful in Hawaii too. I didn't realize there were so many out there.
Yeah, there's 2 in Hawaii and 1 in American Samoa. So it's you had to fly to Hawaii and then fly to American Samoa. So it's kind of did that as a package deal.
Yeah, you can't drive to Hawaii.
No, can't drive to Hawaii.
Wouldn't get very far.
Nope.
Wouldn't. But that's awesome. And then, but other than that, so how many miles did you drive?
Something like, I think it was like 70 or 80,000 miles.
You still have the van?
We still have the van, yeah. Although I'm not getting much use out of it right now because we have a little one.
Do you like look at it and go, I'm not getting back in that thing?
I was like, oh,
no
one
way.
day,
Because I did.
maybe.
I did laugh because I was asking you, "Hey, did you drive that to Geekwood?" You're like, no, I did not.
Well, with the price of diesel right now, it
Oh
would
yeah,
cost me a
flying's way
fortune.
cheaper.
Flying's
Yeah,
way
no
cheaper.
kidding.
I could fly there and
Uh,
back 2 times, and it'd be cheaper than the diesel cost.
Oh man, that's so funny though. I mean, but you're not kidding. Gas prices are out of control. Hopefully they'll be coming down soon. I mean, they can't go much higher, right?
Yeah, knock on wood.
Oh, but yeah. Well, Jason, thank you so much for being on the show with me today. I really appreciate it. People want to reach out to you. How can they get a hold of you?
Of course, thanks for having me. And yeah, you can visit my website. There's some contact information there. So www.pocketparks.com. So feel free to email me there. The email is contact@pocketparks.com.
Nah, can't make it any easier.
Mm-hmm.
And as usual, you guys can reach out to me at facebook.com/eatlunchandboardgame. Visit our website at eatlunchandboardgame.com. And you can always email us at eatlunchandboardgame@gmail.com. And remember, board games build bridges.